Did you know that 1 in 4 households reported that kids were not eating enough because they could not afford food? I truly believe we can effect a positive change in our area that benefits not only our company, but also the people that live in our town. One of the problems facing not only our community, but communities all over the country is food insecurity, or the lack of solid, healthy meals for those less fortunate. The problem of hunger should be a concern to all of us, not just those less fortunate, but businesses and companies all over the country. Here at Four Winds Casino, we have the unique opportunity to effect a positive change. I am an event coordinator at Four Winds Casino and Resort. We offer a variety of gaming options, slot machines, friendly staff, and hotel accommodations. Additionally, we offer a host of fine dining restaurants and a convention center. Our convention center hosts a myriad of events year-round, from weddings and family events to large upscale corporate and business events. We are located in South Bend, Indiana, and it is the go-to casino for Chicago, Michigan, and Indiana. Having worked here for 5 years, I have a unique perspective on some ideas to generate some positive goodwill within the community. Even though we are a full amenity resort, oftentimes a casino has a negative association due to its gambling. I believe that we need to change our image from an establishment that lends itself to the vice of gambling and taking from the community to giving back to the community and focusing more on the many benefits our resort offers. Many of our locations exist in areas that have a higher poverty density, making our impact of greater importance to these towns. We know we want to cultivate an image of a company that not only employs a large number of its population, but also one that feeds the needs of nurturing the very community that we serve. The better the least of our people do, the greater we all do together. A well-fed community is also one that has a greater chance of success both monetarily and psychologically. This will benefit not only our reputation, but it will also benefit our company as more successful patrons will visit our establishment. Michigan has one of the highest share of households with children suffering from the lack of food at 43%. That is not taking into account the nutritional needs of the children, but merely the basics of survival. In Indiana, 1 in 7 Hoosiers struggle with food insecurity, and 1 in 5 of them is a child. This adds an additional healthcare cost of $1.8 billion annually. Not only does food insecurity affect your body through lack of nutrition, but also affects one's ability to address existing healthcare concerns. Food insecurity leads to more communicable diseases, which in turn leads to higher rates of emergency room visits. This is the overall effect of a higher cost to the community and taxes to support the healthcare costs, many of which are funded from the profits of the casino. Food insecurity also leads to poor body weight outcomes and behavioral issues. One of the possible solutions to the problem of food insecurity would be to redistribute the food already going to waste to those in need. CBS Saturday morning shows produced a stat that said on Thanksgiving alone, 320 million pounds of food would be thrown out and go to waste. This would be enough to produce 267 million meals. That is quite a dent from one day alone. If you combine this with the staggering volume of food that goes to waste from local food establishments, whether it be restaurants or grocery stores, we can make a serious dent in combating this issue. The challenge is getting the food to the hungry before it expires and in a format that is healthy and nutritious. I propose that we coordinate with the local grocery stores, namely Martin's, Whole Foods, Meijer, and Kroger, to donate their almost expired produce. This produce would normally go to waste and be of little cost to these establishments. This would also help them reduce costs for waste removal for these products. We then contact local chefs that can produce a menu from a variety of cuisines based on the food donated. These chefs have graciously offered their time and expertise in creating these menus. They will be able to maximize the nutritional needs of those suffering from food insecurity. We then use our Four Winds Conference Center to host a food kitchen benefit each month. We would donate or absorb the cost of the convention center, which bills out at $500 a day. We would also use our staff and donate the payroll to host the event. We would need approximately 10 staff for an average of 8 hours with a pay rate of $15 per hour, totaling $1,200. This would take our cost to $700 or $1,700 a month, or $20,400 per year. Lastly, we would contact the local news to help promote and advertise for these monthly events. They would broadcast from the convention center to help get the word out. We should also advertise on our website to generate as much positive word of mouth as we can. The immediate benefits of this program are twofold. First and foremost, the primary benefit would be to actually address the issue head on and put food in the mouths of those in most need. The ancillary benefits would be to extend their overall health, which would lead to the lowering of healthcare costs and a more financially stable society. The secondary benefit would be to improve our image in the community. Seeing the smiling faces of those most in need entering and exiting our establishment not only warms our hearts and adds to the overall well-being of our staff and patrons, but also adds immense value to our reputation in the community as a positive, life-affirming, and community-building business. In conclusion, this program, once established, will be the backbone of our community outreach. The small investment of capital will produce returns many times over that cannot be measured in dollars and cents, but rather in goodwill and civic altruism. It is not only necessary, but it is the right thing to do. It is a win-win.